Well, we've dealt with all sorts of killers up until now, insane women out for revenge against their peers, crazed delusional psychopaths, straight-up axe murderers, cannibals, Jack the Ripper's daughter. But now it's time for someone that isn't crazy, they're just plain evil. Yeah, we're talking Freddy Krueger, motherfuckers. Wes Craven had a way of just creating really, really evil characters. We saw it with The Last House on the Left, and we see it again here. The difference between Krug and his band of assholes and Freddy is that Freddy is also supernatural. He attacks you while you're sleeping by invading your dreams and attacking you there. What could possibly be scarier thought than that? Also notice the similarities in names. Krug, Krueger. From what I can tell, both characters were named after a kid who bullied Wes Craven when he was a kid. You gotta wonder if the real guy is like, okay, I get the point, enough already. Anyway, the movie stars a bunch of teens who are all being stalked by Freddy. The main girl is Nancy. She's the first to figure out that they're all having the same dream and that Freddy is attacking them that way. She talks to her mother about it, and her mother gives her the backstory. Freddy Krueger was a child murderer who got off on a technicality, and a bunch of the parents in the neighborhood took out mob justice on the guy, and he was burned alive. Now, somehow he's back, and he's still attacking the children of Elm Street, only now he does it in their dreams. It's never explained exactly how Freddy became a supernatural being, nor how his power works. The sequels would slowly flesh this out, but for the most part, you're in the dark here. Nancy figures out that she can pull things from the dream world into reality, and plans to bring Freddy into the real world, but her boyfriend is unable to help her because he gets killed. So it's up to her father, who doesn't necessarily believe in any of this stuff, but he is a cop, and so he's investigating this string of murders. Nancy's mom is useless. She's a drunk idiot who really seems unconcerned about the whole thing. That's another one of Wes Craven's trademarks. Parents are generally useless. Anyway, she manages to pull Freddy into the real world, but despite him being defeated, he's able to come back. The only way to really defeat him is to turn your back on him and not be afraid. He gains his power through your fear, and by denying him that, this is how he's defeated. But in the end, he's still around because Freddy never dies. He always finds a way to come back. The movie would get 5 sequels that Wes Craven had very little to do with, but he didn't direct any of them, he only wrote one. He then returned for the 7th movie, New Nightmare, and that one pretty much ended the series, though there was also a crossover with Friday the 13th. That's Freddy vs. Jason, and there was a remake later on. This is an example of a good Wes Craven movie, so forget that Last House on the Left ever happened. What makes it good is the performances, most notably Robert Englund as Freddy. In the later films, he would be more of a funny villain who would constantly wisecrack and make jokes and one-liners. And though he does say some funny things in this one, he's more of a straight-up killer, way more scary than funny. The same thing could be said for New Nightmare and the remake. Robert Englund plays Freddy in 8 movies and a TV show, and he's pretty much associated with the character, and it's not hard to see why. This guy pretty much is Freddy Krueger. This was also the film debut of Johnny Depp, who plays Glenn, Nancy's boyfriend. It's a pretty typical teen role in a horror movie, made interesting by the fact that when he gets killed, he gets it worse than anybody in the whole movie. I don't think anybody knew what a huge star he would become, and Wes Craven was reportedly too shy to ask the superstar to come back for New Nightmare, which is a shame because Depp later on said that he totally would have been into it. Oh well. A Nightmare on Elm Street is a classic. It took the slasher genre and brought it into the supernatural realm and gave birth to a classic character completely etched into pop culture. I mean, hell, Freddy was even in Mortal Kombat. Not many movie characters can say something like that. I give Nightmare on Elm Street a 9 out of 10. Well, that's it for this feature. Some good movies, some bad movies, some average movies. And I hope you all had a great time watching these reviews and have a happy fucking Halloween. Go watch some scary fucking movies. And see you guys again in 2014 for another 10 days. And yes, the theme is already selected. Oh, and of course, the contest, where I asked you guys to guess the movies that I would do. Well, nobody got all of them. The most anyone got were 7, so congratulations to the following people who all got 7 correct. Slayer Darth, I Love Meatwad, Wolverine Fangirl, and DW Rocket. Happy Halloween, motherfuckers.